Family, as Jesus moved closer to the cross, this day he and his disciples went and sat across from the temple treasury and watched as people gave their offerings. One offering in particular stood out to Jesus. Take a look at Mark chapter 12, 41 through 44. And he sat down opposite the treasury and watched the people putting money into the offering box. Many rich people put in large sums, and a poor widow came and put in 2 small copper coins, which make a penny. And he called his disciples to him and said to them, "Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all those who are contributing to the offering box. For they all contributed out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, has put in everything she had, all she had to live on." You know, offering to God is about the heart, isn't it? It's about trusting Him to provide as we grow in our giving. The widow gave sacrificially. She gave all she had out of her devotion to the God who was her portion. Take a look at Lamentations chapter 3, 22 through 24. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I will hope in Him. Giving to the Lord has been something God has required of His people as far back as the Garden of Eden. God required giving from Cain and his brother Abel. Take a look at the very first book of the Bible. This is Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 through 7. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering He had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry, and why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it." Now, this story has nothing to do with the type of offering that was given. Cain was a farmer and Abel was a shepherd. Both types of offerings were acceptable to the Lord. No, this story is about heart. Abel brought his best to give to the Lord. And as he gave his best, he trusted God to provide more to him. Cain, on the other hand, stored up for himself first and then brought God his leftovers. No trust required, just giving out of duty, and no worship needed, just going through the motions. And God called Cain out on his selfishness. So on this Tuesday, Jesus sat across from the treasury and he saw folks giving a little bit to God from their abundance. And then up walks this widow. She has 2 coins, and that's all she has. And she worships and gives and trusts and confesses that God is her portion. And Jesus tells his disciples that she gave more in those 2 coins than the others did from their abundance. A couple of verses come to mind. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 38. Jesus said, "Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you." And also take a look at 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6 through 8. The point is this: whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. And whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that having all sufficiency in all things at all times, you may abound in every good work. Growing in giving that pleases the Lord is about our heart, our orientation to Him, our trust of the one who gives to us first, so that we will have something to give back, so that we can have the privilege of sharing. Our example is God, who loved you and me so much that He gave. He gave His one and only Son, Jesus. May God bless your Tuesday.